Hey, ladies, give me just a moment. Just give a few people some more time to get on. Thanks for joining.
Powells were married for nearly 60 years, and Alma was by her husband's side during his historic military career. Alma Powell was 86 and is survived by her three.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
What's going on, Jazz?
I am doing good. I'm trying to make sure everything is loading up right.
Oh yeah, but I'm trying to pin you up here too, so we're pinned. Got a few people still hopping on anyway. Okay. Says. I want to thank you all for joining us again. There we go. There we go.
I hate to show on the side of my face because of how my screen's set up. So I'll
No, you look good. You look good. You look good. I gotta pin myself here. It's showing me more than one time. Let's see. Okay. All right. I just got a few lives that's gonna be going, but those who get asked questions are actually in the room, so y'all are privileged. Okay. All right. Let me get my little scripts going up here. We're gonna have a few people that's hopping in, but we're good. All right. So welcome, welcome, welcome everybody. I thank you all for registering and tuning in, joining us for this great conversation that we're going to be having today. I know many of you all noticed that it's training time again. Y'all know when I get in these little modes, I am going to put my recording on. I'd like to, when we go in with trainings, we go in with trainings. Let me put it like that. So those who had joined us previously last week, you guys saw that we actually spoke with Kent Hunter, who is one of our educators for our in-person event that we have going up. And every 2 weeks, what we want to do is we want to give an opportunity for one of our educators that we're bringing on to our platform to talk, give you guys time to engage with them beforehand, and just kind of get some information on the things that will actually help your business. So today, we want to be bringing on one of my favorite educators, by the way, who I have worked with personally myself and still work with today. We have our IRS, the IRS problem solver is Jasmine Ross, Woo, woo. I'll get some reactions or something like that. But we are bringing her in today because we want you guys to truly understand the dynamic of when you're trying to get into your advance your business. There are other things that come with it. Yes, we get the skill set. Yes, we're able to add new higher price, more premium services to our service menus. Yes, we can work with other agencies and organizations, but when it comes to that, guys, we have to look right on paperwork. And what one of the biggest things that we're fearful of, or may not even give enough credit to, is we got to look right on this tax paperwork. So we brought Jasmine Ross on board with us because she is like the guru of really understanding what is going on with that and how to have that conversation specifically for business owners. And so we want to give her a chance to introduce herself and have a discussion with her today. So without further ado, I want to welcome Mrs. Jasmine. All right. And Ms. Jasmine, you can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Thank you, Amber, for having me here today. I definitely decided how did I want to come on today. I was like, do I want to be Jasmine? I want to be Amber's Jasmine. I was like, I'm gonna be Amber Jasmine today, honey. So I just want everyone to know that just like you guys, I'm a person too. You know, when you see people come onto these platforms, they're so done up and all businessy. I'm one of the homegirls. I'll tell you that now. Okay. I like to keep it real with everyone. So my name is Jasmine, and I am the founder of Jasmine Ross Consulting. And I am super excited to know that we are branching out to a side of my business called the IRS Problem Solver. And then as far as I'm concerned, I have a background in accounting, business consulting, tax strategy, and tax resolution. My business mainly focus on helping small businesses, especially those that are making less than $2 million in revenue, with their accounting startups, understanding taxation, understanding the different tax entities, and that way we can go into tax strategy more. We also educate our clients on how to start saving money in your business from the beginning. And that is through our Building Profitable Businesses program that we offer. So today I am definitely here to share with you guys any tax tips, answer your questions that you may have about being a self-employed cosmetologist, and just to educate you all on the taxes, the IRS. And I just want you guys to know one thing, if you didn't hear anything else from me, is do not be afraid of the IRS. They are here to help you with open arms. It's just the process of communication. So Amber, I'll turn it over to you because I'm super excited to get started.
Yes, yes. So I'll give like a quick testimony, guys, to let you guys know that she really is about what she's talking about. I know me personally, myself, when I became actually I accidentally was a C Corp. I was trying to be an S Corp and all that crazy stuff that we do, messing up our paperwork, and was not running my W-2 information correctly, but running payroll correctly. With all that being said, tried to do taxes at that time on my own, messed it up. The IRS was like, hey, you owe like $30,000. And I'm like, I definitely owe $30,000 because at the time I was barely making it, So, but of course, me calling, y'all know me, I'm always trying to troubleshoot something myself, but I know how to stay in my bracket. I could troubleshoot some insurance, I could troubleshoot some funding for these clients, but when it came to that tax stuff, I could not do it. And I always wanted a good tax person. So for me personally, Jasmine was somebody I was working with when I got that letter saying what I had going on. She cleared that up for me, guys, with some forms I would have never had access to because I'm not a tax preparer. I didn't go to school for that. I'm not trying to learn all that. So, and I say all that to say, guys, just know when to venture out, know when to resource out. A lot of times as business owners, we decide like, oh, I can do this stuff myself. I'm telling you, when you start really getting into the books and really becoming a full-time and self-employed person, there are different things that you want to have somebody helping you with. And bookkeeping and taxes all in one thing goes together, okay? So we're going to ask Jasmine a few questions. If you guys have questions that you want to just ask off the cuff, you can put that down here in the comments. I'm on live over here as well, so you guys feel free to tune in. But today, one of the questions we're going to talk about is understanding tax obligations, okay? So when it comes to having a business, Ms. Jasmine, what are the different types of tax business owners? Like, what is it that we need to be aware of when we're deciding, like, you know what? I want to be an LLC. I want to be an S Corp. What is it that we need to be aware of before we decide to jump out and do that?
Yeah, so the main thing, the easiest way I can put it is a lot of people are like, oh, well, I'm an LLC. I'm like, that's great. And then I'm like, it doesn't mean anything to me. And the reason why it doesn't mean anything to me is because an LLC, a sole proprietor, are taxed the same way. Most people don't realize that because you get your LLC, they think that they're automatically put into a different tax category with the IRS, which is not true. So I tell people that there are different tax categories. You have LLC, which is standard tax, basically double taxation. You have S corporation, where your business now pays $0 in tax, and it's a pass-through entity, which means that any profits or any loss, it rolls over into your personal tax return, which cuts that taxation in half for your personal taxes. And then you have C corporation, where you do also two separate tax returns, but at C corp level, you're looking at revenue of plus $2 million, where you're paying as a C corp and you're paying on your personal taxes. For most of my clients, we do not touch C corp at all because there is no benefit to doing so. So for the most thing, I would say if you had to choose, my initial question is, can you pay yourself? If the answer is no, I will tell you to stay with LLC. Reason being, because once you switch over to S corporation, you are obligated to pay yourself a reasonable salary based on the revenues of your business. And if you cannot pay yourself a reasonable salary, you set yourself up to be audited at the end of the day. So, just to give food for thought, let's just say your business is making $50,000 in the year. That is after all expenses. I would expect you to pay yourself, become an S corp, and take advantage of the tax benefits that you have there.
That is so, y'all, that's so thorough, guys. Oh yeah, she get me excited about something that I just don't even be into. But I can honestly say just the way she breaks it down helps me be able to. I know I get a lot of tax questions because when we're doing information, when we're filling out these different forms to get with these different companies, some of these questions come up. Are you an LLC? Are you an S corp? Are you C corp? You need to know what your entity is, guys, because that's going to help them know what to do when you're receiving money, how you're going to have to claim that, report that on other tax info when it comes to your tax purposes and all that. So
Yeah.
thank you, Jazz. All right. Now, for as far as, oh, go ahead, Jazz. You got something? Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I also noticed that a lot of people say, "Oh, I pay myself."
Yes.
Oh, you do? Okay. So who do you use? Like, do you use ADP? Use the Gusto program? Do you use? And then like, I just send the money from my checking account, from my savings to my checking. I just
I
transfer.
did the same. I'm guilty. I'm guilty. But nobody told us no different. Like I will say, I asked multiple professionals, alleged professionals, how do I pay myself? And they would let me just write it in on my spreadsheet that I paid myself. And then guys, when they caught it with me, I was buying a home. And the people, the mortgage brokers was like, yeah, no, you only showed this amount. And I was like, no, I have on my spreadsheet that I paid myself this amount. And I felt kind of embarrassed once I realized how much I was not doing my paperwork right. So guys, please get you somebody that know what they're talking about. Because y'all know how we're very strong willed. When we think we know what we're talking about, we go up there loud and wrong. And I was definitely wrong. I wasn't loud about it, but I was definitely wrong on what I was suggesting, and could not get a home off of the income that I was showing, allegedly paying myself, because it was not on a recognized document. Right. And that's what is going on. Mm-hmm. And then we had Mrs. Mosheri over in the comments said she took a tax class at a hair show and let the accountant do her taxes. And he had her become an S corp, but I'm still lost. So now she has a question. I need to ask him, does he want me to charge? Okay, hold on. I need to ask if he wants to charge me to learn how to pay myself and other benefits. So yeah, okay. So you're an S corp, basically, Mosheri, and you're not paying yourself right now. All right. That's the gist of it. Jazz, you got some feedback for?
Yeah, I see me looking like.
He got you to be an S corp, but didn't tell you how to
like, okay, so I would think that would be a part of the service. Mm-hmm. But as far as you learning how to pay yourself, they should have exactly what happened.
Sorry, guys. It's some background. Guys, make sure you guys are muting yourselves as you're coming in. There we go. All right, go ahead, Jazz.
If he didn't educate you on how to pay yourself as an S corp, I would actually go back to him. I would not ask, "Are you going to charge me?" I would ask him the question and let him tell you.
Yeah,
Um, then, as far as him switching you, I would do your own due diligence for not the fact that he just said that you're an S corp, the fact that he filed the paperwork also to make you an S corp. Because if he's not telling you you need to run payroll, there's a disconnect there in my brain already.
yeah. Honestly, I had never heard that until I met Jasmine. That I mean, I know. I take it back. I had a tax person that told me right before I got to Jasmine, but they were too booked up to get people, and it was like, "Yeah, you're supposed to be running it a payroll." So what I did is I found a payroll company and just started running payroll with no sense of what taxes am I supposed to be paying, how I'm supposed to set up things with Department of Labor, any of that. So you still need, like you say, it's that inclusive service where you got a professional that's telling you, yes, this is all set up. We know that these different reports are going every 3 months like they're supposed to, and not having any tax. I ended up having to pay back some stuff. Like I had to fix some things, clean house a little bit initially once I got with Jazz because I was doing things on my own. Oh, she said she ain't going to them no more. Oh, well, there you go, Jazz. Yeah,
In this
I
call,
don't know if I would recommend it either, Marshall.
in this call, I will definitely drop a Calendly link at the end of the call for you to book
Yes.
your complimentary discovery call with me, and we can discuss more about your particular tax process.
Yes. And so, and I'm glad that this question came up, Jazz. So, what are some quick tips that you could go ahead and let some of our beauty professionals know to when it comes to keeping, what are some bookkeeping practices they can start incorporating now before they come to a tax person, or do they just need to go straight to an accountant first or their tax preparer first? Or
So,
how should we come to you? What do you want to see when we come to you?
so I know that y'all love y'all spreadsheets. Okay, I love them too. However, there is free software out here that takes time out of you guys doing the spreadsheets. Everything is electronic. You're gonna swipe that card or you're gonna put some cash in. There is a free program that I'm not affiliated with by any means necessary. It's called Wave Accounting. And I can also drop that link in the chat as well. And Wave Accounting is a free accounting system. You connect your bank account and you just categorize your transactions. It gives you a profit and loss at the end of the month and at the end of the year. What you can do is you say, Jasmine, this is what I've done. You give me your profit and loss. We enter that in to do your taxes. Now, there are a few more steps that go in between that, like reconciliation and making sure we've captured all the income, even if it's cash money, it needs to go in the system. But if you have some kind of accounting system, that is the first start to having the accounts together and then keeping track of your receipts. There's also a program I use called Cam Scanner. It takes a picture, it makes it a PDF, and you have it forever. That way you don't have to worry about the receipt fading. You have these Ziploc bags. Now we're gonna get organized. We're not doing that no
Yeah.
more. Okay.
I am guilty of all this stuff she's talking about. I have a Ziploc bag ready for her right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I found what is it, waveapps.com?
Wave accounting.
Wave accounting. Okay, hold on. Wait, it's called Wave. Their HTTP code was Wave apps. With Wave account, it has a wave on it. I want to make sure I got it right. Oh, is it gonna show it?
Right for you.
Okay, you got it. Oh yeah. Well, you let me know.
Mm-hmm.
And there's can. And you said the other one's can scan. Oh, somebody asked, is it can scanner or cam with an M? Cam scanner.
CAM scanner.
Okay. Yep, we all guilty. We have Jasmine here today to help put us on game on how to be better business owners with our tax preparing, bookkeeping purposes, guys. So for those of you all who are just tuning in, that is what our discussion is right now. Another thing, Jazz, what would you say is a common tax pitfall that you would say that that you see the most with small businesses? Like what is something that, I could name a few that I've AI. But if you have some, you can go ahead and say some things.
The number one thing I see, I'm gonna say with cosmetologists, beauty industry folks, is misreporting y'all income. Y'all love to say, "Oh, I make money," but when it's time to file them taxes, y'all like, "Well, I made 25,000 this year, and that's it." And you guys you think that, "Oh, I make money," but it's not shown on paper. Then you go to buy things, and you can't even say, "Well, I made $10,000 a month." You don't report it. So because you didn't report it, you are not eligible to buy a house, a car. They basically saying you're broke, even though you know you got cash money in your pocket. So that is the number one thing I see. It's unreported income, overstating your expenses. I have a lot of people
We
say
want to
that,
write off everything.
yeah, they gonna write off everything and then report a little bit of money.
That
Yeah. And then another thing I would have to say when it comes to any kind of beauty profession is we have to get out of the mindset of I want a refund at the end of the year. You guys
mm,
are business owners. Let me tell you, when
mm,
you start paying taxes, it's on a different level. For me, it's like I did something. That's how I feel when I pay taxes now. Not like, oh, the government owes me. Oh, I owe the government because I made either too much money or I didn't write off enough, which you get with me, we're gonna write off enough, we're gonna break even, and we'll know before taxes get here what you're gonna owe the IRS. So we prepare for things like that. But just changing your mindset that getting a refund is not all,
it's
you
not
know,
always it.
it's not. Um, I'd rather owe than get a refund because at least throughout the year, I know I'm getting money. I'm not struggling day to day. So when
Yep.
you get that mindset to say, I got money in my pocket, I don't care if I owe them because I'm going to keep money in my pocket. Because where's this meal coming from? Is what I.
Okay. Okay. So y'all see that they're changing mindsets, guys. Okay. Refund checks is, especially, yeah, I have not seen a great refund in quite some years now. And after, a few of missing your refunds, it gets cool. You get comfortable with it. Like I'm not even coming in to tax season worried about the tech checks anymore. One, because they were saying I was owing unnecessarily, and two, because even if I did get something back, it wasn't enough to really get excited about. You just want to look at people's predicaments or their lifestyles who are getting those big refunds. They have different dynamics than us. And like I said, when we become business owners, like y'all, we have some very major assets. We're not tripping about it no more, okay? So, we just gotta like we all are guilty. A lot of times it's just old traditional myths that's just been passed down. I know one thing I kept hearing as a business owner when I first got into the beauty industry was don't report your cash. Like keep that in your pocket. It's like, and me, I'm not a person that like to lie, especially with the government. So I'm like, oh, I don't mind showing mine, you know. But like I was being told, I mean, not one time, I was told by every person I made have worked under that said, don't report your cash, don't do that, don't do that. And like I said, it backfires. So no, definitely report it, show what you're making. We just changing these dynamics that we have been told or just been instilled in our heads that is just not it. Okay. Now, I don't even like to look at myself as self-employed no more. And that ever since I worked with Jasmine, she helped me see here's your business, here's you as an individual paying yourself, and here's your flow of your operations of your business. Here's how much is going to supplies. I see myself as truly an employee now, like if I was on any other job, which was always my ultimate goal anyway. I didn't get that W-2 job, but I made me a W-2 job. You can do that, y'all. So somebody said, do you have to pay taxes quarterly or once a year? That's a big one. A lot of people be on that. Yeah, that's a good one.
So a lot of
Thank you,
people,
Tori.
a lot of people do not pay, make sure you unmute it, quarterly taxes, because they're not sure what they need to pay.
Mm,
Say you pay quarterly taxes if you have sales, um,
yep.
pay the sales tax, and then you pay your quarterly taxes on the revenue that you have made thus far. Me, personally, I say I make my money, I pay my bills, and then I pay the sales. That's how it works for me. But throughout the year, you can go quarterly and say how much money did I make a quarter and figure out how much money you actually owe the IRS. If we think we're going to end up being in the negative, which is taking a loss for our business, there is no money to pay the IRS. What are we paying them for? We make zero. But if you say I made $100, then send them $10. That's your estimated tax payment. Simple. Uh,
Or I'm on mute. Yes, that's really a good way to look at it. Yeah, but that's something that's common. People say, "Oh yeah, I just pay my." I've had people when I first got into the industry that's say, "Oh, I just pay my taxes quarterly." Never could show me how they were doing that, what they were basing it off of, like what did that mean? What does that mean? And I think Jazz, the way you broke that down was splendid. That's really really good. Now we do have somebody on live that said, "What is the difference between filing as an LLC this year than the previous year?" So I guess like maybe they were a sole proprietor because that's how most times we start out, and then they decide to be an LLC, or make their entity an LLC, well,
there,
make their business LLC.
There is none.
There is none, no difference. All right,
There-
so there is no difference in that. Okay. All right. So good, y'all got some real good questions. Do not hold back. You have to think about it. Jasmine works taxes all the time. So things that are uncommon to us is common to her. So she's not gonna know to always volunteer that stuff. So you guys ask those questions to get it out there so she can know what it is, where our mind is at. Okay. Now, another thing, Jazz, when it comes to working with the IRS, okay, how should we deal with an IRS notice? We get a notice. I'm gonna just go ahead and tell you, we already bad about checking the mail. And I know because I work with you guys with insurance stuff. Y'all don't check y'all mail, y'all don't check y'all email, y'all check a lot of stuff. So but when we get this IRS notice that we noticed that's been on our mailbox for about a month or so, what do we do?
So you get the IRS notice 10 times out of 10. They're telling you exactly what they need from you. They're telling you exactly what to do. Most times people receive the notice and they just get afraid. It's like a panic. And when you panic, you're like, I'll deal with it later. Your brain go to something else, like I ain't even fooling with them folks no more. And or your mind goes to what did my tax person do that got me a letter? And it's nothing. And they might say, hey, we just need you to go on irs.gov and verify your identity. It's just you creating an account. Do not ignore those letters. If you are audited for any reason, it will say, hey, we're auditing you for this year on this particular thing. Your job is to read that letter and give them exactly what they want and nothing more. Don't let them ask any other questions than what they asked for. That's it.
That's I know the one that showed me that I had a lot of money that I owed. It did say it was something about some bank statements that I honestly they said I didn't report, and it said that you called and they actually verified it. Now they may give you a runaround, but they did say that. And having somebody like Jasmine to check into, and I'm like, hey Jasmine, they said this. What do I need to say back? That really helped having a professional on my team that I could work with when I got to those challenging moments. But like she said, it's really on there what they're asking about. And you just sometimes we just need a professional to break it down for us if we don't know how to do it ourselves. Now, Ms. Mosheri said, is there a chart that we can get to help us understand how much money we need to have ready to pay the IRS? Jasmine, I already know you about to go in with this.
Well, I think there are a lot of man-made charts that are available based on your revenue. There's also something called a tax liability calculator that I use. I use it for like clients at the end of the year to say how much I think they will owe, and then what tax rate we need to implement so they don't owe as much money. So essentially, yes, there is one. You just have to know where your money is going to fall to know how much you're going to actually owe.
And one thing I started learning, guys, is after I work with somebody, like work with Jasmine, who helped me with the accounting, we know most of us have a habit of we have a business bank account, then we stop there. So everything we're bringing in is coming to this one account. All right. It wasn't until I started understanding payroll and knowing how much to pay myself that it's split up. So what I had to tell people now, like, cause I'm big on talking numbers, not necessarily specific numbers, but if I have 100,000, I'm gonna do 5 months. Let's say I had $4,000 that came in, and in our mind, the way we think, that whole 4,000 is our 4,000. But after working with Jasmine, she's like, oh no, 50% is going to the business. That's covering the rent. That's covering any type of if you're paying any staff. That's paying any operational costs, and then the other 50%, if you're at that percentage part yet, because I wasn't always paying myself 50% because I couldn't afford it. Okay. I didn't realize how broke I was as a business owner until somebody split up like, oh man, after I pay all my bills, this is all that is left. Then I started realizing, oh no, I don't owe the government anything because like I said, I realized that I didn't have much of a profit. So like those are just like I said, understanding your numbers, like she said, like I'm just trying to put it in a practical way that we can see it. We don't understand our numbers, y'all. We're just making the money coming to the account. We don't swipe that card because we know, hey, we good because money in
my books booked for the next 10 days. That's a $3,000 right there a day because I did these many braids, however you
right.
guys, set up your
That's
payment.
it.
But I feel like it was a revolving door when it comes to cosmetologists. because y'all know y'all gonna make y'all money.
We know it's drug money. It's like the drug dealer. We ain't reporting nothing.
Right.
It's fast. We know it's gonna come. We could blow it today, and we know we're gonna just book up supplies tomorrow. And that we have to get out of that. That's not gonna run a business. So that's why some of us don't know what we can charge or what we need to charge. We kind of staying at the same prices we've been staying at since 2000s because we don't really know we need to increase because we don't really know what our numbers are.
I need y'all to stop doing that, please.
Yes. Jasmine definitely humbled me because I came to her thinking I had it going on. I saw I didn't have it going on at all. So yeah, it's still working on it, you know. And so we have somebody in the live that said at the end of last year, people were saying if you want to file LLC, you need to do it before the beginning of the year because the amount was different. And I do remember that rumor that was going on about yeah, it was like I think it was some type of tax. You know, they were trying to make it seem like we couldn't run. Mrs. Sandra, you're gonna have to go a little bit more into it, but I do know it was something they were trying to act like we were gonna have some different type of penalty. But Jasmine, I'm sure you could attest to a lot of these viral notions.
Yeah, the only thing that nothing changed, but there's nothing that
changed. She said nothing changed. Nothing changed.
About our Social Security rates and our Medicare rates, which is a double taxation of 15.3%, is what LLC and sole proprietors are taxed on. Other than that, there were no rates that changed this year.
Okay. Yeah, I'm noticing that I get the Brexit rules changed with the write-offs, but
state level, that I will have to go dig a little bit deeper because I am a federal based. So if it's Georgia State, something with the LLC, the state tax, then I can look that up for you and let you know at a later date.
Okay. Oh, she said she good. Thanks again. Okay. All right. I'm gonna make sure that those who are on live, we're gonna share Jasmine's Calendly link for those very specific questions for your business. Like I said, it really takes a conversation. But if you guys need additional services, she has paid services, guys. So y'all know how we get with these questions. We got somebody for a free call. Write out what your main questions are, so you know you can get to the point, and she can guide you on what would be best to help you out. Okay. So yeah. So pretty much. That was our biggest, we hit our biggest points about, you know, dealing with IRS notices. For those who just jumped on, we talked about dealing with IRS notices. What are some common pitfalls that we fall into when it comes to tax brackets? Or when it comes to filing taxes, like what are some things that we do as business owners? You know, what are some good record keeping practices? So for those who just jumped in, that's just kind of what's going on, but you can catch the replay on YouTube. So right now we're just going to open it up to Q&A. So if you guys have any questions going on, that you have in place or want to ask about, go ahead and if you want to unmute yourself or put it in the chat so I can keep it organized. Oh, you know what? No, we're going to do this. Raise your hand or put it in the chat so we can get it done for you guys. You're getting a whole bunch of thank yous on live, Jazz. And one person's concern was that she was in Florida, but you do work with people outside of Georgia, correct?
I sure do. I have clients in California.
So. Yes, clients nationwide, even out to California. So there's no limitations on who she could work with, guys. All right, so we do have one question coming up. What is it that's supposed to be filed before the beginning of the year, or you'll be fined $500? That's what it is. I don't know what that was, but that was whatever that was. They kept talking about this big fine. And Jazz, I know you've seen it. I can't remember how it was. I remember not being worried about it when I saw it. But
because for most of us, it don't apply. So let me think about that. The technical term that it is, but there is a form that everybody's supposed to be filing now that they're business owners because of the thing. I'll put it in the chat. Let me look up the name for you really quick, okay?
All right. And another viral thing, guys, like, you know, when Cash App started you know, Cash App and Zelle, you know, people started making a big deal about that. If you already running your business smoothly, Cash Apps and Zelle transactions weren't an issue because you already reporting that anyway. The Cash App and Zelle account should be tied to your bank account, which will be reported on, you know, whatever software you're using. Like she said, use Wave apps. If you're getting deposits from that, that is being reported. So you're not having to worry about this Cash App penalty that was being talked about or this Zelle penalty that was being talked about, because as a business owner, we are already in practice, or if we get in practice to report these things properly, we're already good. So welcome, Miss Maria. But yes, so those are things that you want to think about when it comes to that. another myth. I know you notice, and I want you guys to think about it too. A lot of this stuff was put out at the beginning of the year. We're in July. Have you heard any of these rumors anymore? anymore? I didn't hear nobody get no major penalties that they couldn't handle. It's just sometimes, like I said, people get one piece of information and run with it. And I feel like that's what happened during the pandemic as well. We got that piece of information about if we have a business or LLC, we get access to all this funding. But there are still things that you have to do to set your business up to be able to get access to that funding. Can you even prove that you have a cash flow in this bank account that you done made? And just different things you want to do. So if you just practice being a legitimate business, guys, you will not get you won't get suckered into these different get quick rich myths that's being put out. Because it's not a rich thing, it's more of a be consistent. Okay. But yeah, did anybody have any other questions while she's looking up this form, guys?
Yeah, because I'm trying to remember the name of it. I know.
Yeah, I didn't see it, and I haven't seen it anymore. I have not seen it.
I know it.
Yeah, I just have not seen it anymore. I know earlier we had Miss Johanna said that she started giving herself a raise, and she was able to do that, I'm sure, because she considered what is her expense of her business. I know she was relocating. She relocated to a space that she needed to run her business so she can kind of figure out where the raises need to come into. I know I did a price increase this year, not because I just want to make more money. It was just like, oh, my rent went up, and everything. And I was aware of my profits and what needs to be considered when we're talking about giving ourselves raises and going up on our prices. It's not just, I mean, cost of living changes anyway, so you do want to factor that in. But it could be justifiable because things also have went up. Inflation has went up. Prices for products are going up. So, yep, there you go. So somebody says, what is your contact information to book tax appointments? And what is the correct name for the Wave app? And did she say Wave tax app? Oh yeah, this link right here does take you right to it, guys. It's waveapps.com, but it's called Wave Accounting when you get to it.
Mm-hmm.
So WAVE. Let me put.
I dropped the link inside of the chat as well to
For her
discovery call.
Oh, your calendar. Okay, I'm gonna copy and put it down there again. Yep, she did put her calendar link, and it has all her contact information, guys. But basically gonna take you to her calendar so you guys can schedule an appointment. Because I will say when Jasmine works with you guys, she's truly focused in on what you have going on. And that's what you want. Y'all, we shouldn't just be having to call people on their business time and just randomly ask questions. Just set up those times with her. But I will say, at being Jasmine's client, she gets back with me very, very good about any type of concerns I have. But I'm respectable by leaving a message, text, or email. Now I'm just saying this. I know how we do. We just call people and think they should answer all these questions when we call them.
Hey, girl.
Yeah, just have to, be considerate of time, and you want people to be able to answer you adequately. So let people know, you have time to look at your file and stuff. So Plum Body has a question over here that says they're running a business by proper. Oh, they're just saying running a business by a proper standard gives a sense of relief and pride. Definitely all day long. I agree with you, Miss Maria. All day. Yeah, I could truly say I don't be worried about any of these trends on Facebook or Instagram because I know I'm working with a professional that specializes in what we do.
Yeah, definitely.
So. But if you guys don't have any questions, we're going to wrap. Go ahead, Jazz. Oh yeah, we gotta close up anyway.
The Financial Crimes Enforcement Network form, beneficial ownership information form.
That's the name of that form you were talking about?
Yes. Yeah, the BOI form is what it was.
The BOI form, okay. Does that matter to us, Jazz?
I mean, I have not had one client fill it out.
Okay. And it's after tax season. Okay, cool.
And to be honest, it sounds like it's more like says financial crimes, people that created these fake businesses. And
yeah.
To get that PPP and all that good stuff.
Yeah. I would say I was able to get the PPP legally through Jasmine.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
They're just cracking down. They're cracking down. And Jasmine's by the book. I would tell you, now I did not go to her asking her to do anything shady, but she did say, I said, Jasmine, I know I'm not in a position where I can afford to pay back anything. So, and she said, we're going to make sure that we're going to just see what you qualify. She was able to show me what I qualified for my business. And when it was time to do the forgiveness, I was able to go to her and she did the form to forgive it. And it was an easy transaction. I didn't have to, there's so many people running around here still scared today because of all them thousands of dollars that they didn't know if they forgave it right or not. Because certain things, y'all, is just not for us to, when you're when you're making a certain amount of money in your business, it's time to report it properly. What would you say is like, for us, I know we have new stylists and we have seasoned stylists on here. What would you say is the amount they need to be bringing in a year revenue wise to transition to actually separating their business from their individual, so from being a sole proprietor to their own business, individual business, or I guess Schedule C to actually filing as an entity?
Okay, so from Schedule C to S corp.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Schedule C to S corp.
I would say a healthy number would be between 20 and 50 profit.
Okay. So 20K, 50K profit to transition on to, okay, I can separate my business as a standalone and you be your own individual.
Yep.
And pay yourself.
Dollars, throughout the year.
Yeah.
And that's over 12 months, which is not a couple $100. So a month.
No.
That you just put on payroll and you get a W-2 at the end of the year saying that you paid yourself from your business. So that way you can take advantage of not being double taxed at the end of the year. So if you can 20 profit, 50 profit, you're good to start. Outside of that, I think anything that is in the plus signs of everything, profit wise and not a loss, then I would say go for it. If you're taking a loss, I would say take the loss on the Schedule C, because you get to take more of your deduction instead of having to roll it over into the next year.
Okay. That's really good. And the Schedule C, guys, is pretty much like as an individual, like Amber McCray, and I'm showing that I got like a business on the side type thing. That would be how we can see it. Yeah. Yeah. And then, but when you're like, okay, now this is truly my full bread and butter, I eat off of this business, it's time to separate it, y'all. Okay. And we do put, and when I do run payroll, it does show I am paying towards Social Security. I am paying towards federal taxes. All that stuff is taken out. And my accountant was able to help me see what percentages need to be what that needs to be versus when I just went in and made up my own account and was just throwing myself some change to say I did it. That's the difference.
I saved that one, Amber, because that's a whole nother discussion there. Because that go into retirement, like setting yourself up for later when you go on payroll too. So that's a great point for sure.
Yeah, just we leave a pin there, and we ain't gonna go into it. Now, somebody did say, what happens to the SBA loan when a business is dissolved? The loan is less than $5,000. So for those who are getting an SBA loan during the pandemic, I guess, she said, what happens when the business is actually dissolved from that time?
I do not have the actual answer direct from SBA of what happens once it's dissolved. My assumption is that you probably have to write it off, or they'll probably put it against your EIN number as a charge off and make you write taxes. That's what I would assume. But if you want to book a call with me, I can definitely put that in the notes, and then I can have it ready for you.
Okay. So yeah, so for those who that know there's a question on the line, so I'm gonna put her link out here, guys, so you guys can ask her that more specifically. All right. And then they said, what is a good payroll company?
Gusto.
Yeah. She definitely loves Gusto. There's a lot. I like Gusto. Gusto's been pretty auto straight. Like I actually can run Gusto from my cell phone. So anything that's easy like that, I'm cool with it.
Now with Gusto, I will drop my link for Gusto in the chat. If you guys are interested in moving towards their Gusto program. Whereas I can come in, I can help you set up your payroll accounts. That goes for your state number and your federal number and your unemployment number if you need it as well.
All right. She gave me out some game today, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, hey, gents.
So,
ladies, I'm sorry. I've been directing all of them to hers, and she's so sorry.
You're good. No, you're good. No, you're doing a good job, Jazz. You're doing your thing. So yeah, so she's gonna put that link down in there, guys. And what I'm gonna just say, because we're gonna start wrapping it up. Like I said, the biggest point of us doing this, guys, is one, to educate our beauty professionals and barbers on how to truly be equipped to run your business effectively where you could benefit. We should not be business owners out here acting like we're struggling. Not acting. Some of us are struggling because we just don't know. We don't know. And so anything that we can, y'all know I'm big on sharing whatever has helped me, good and bad, So and I would say when it came to taxes, me just being more prepared with my money, understanding the money I have coming in, what money I have going out, and getting my tax paperwork correct has been a huge, huge help in my business and just how I see myself. Oh yeah, I'm gonna make sure I put that link out here, guys. So I want to just, if you guys want to put some hands in the chat, just to thank Jasmine for joining us today and answering those great questions. And like I said, remember, if you want to work with her, do not forget to click on that link. And for those of you guys who are just like, you know what, I want to, really take my business to another level. We do have our in-person hair loss business master course that will be occurring on October 12th through the 14th. And Jasmine will be one of our educators. Okay. I don't know what hands-on activity she's going to give you, but she's known for doing that. Like, you're going to leave with some type of application of getting your business set up. We do have day one where we will have a business development day, where we'll actually be going into the taxes behind getting the businesses set up, the grants and funding that's available, how to have your own personal credit set up so we can get that going, and so you can have access to business funding the right way, not just we're just saying we got LLC and think money just fall out of the sky. Okay. We're gonna have our hands-on training. Oh, I think I left out some. Oh yeah, how to market your business, how to do social media, and we're also going to make sure that on our hands-on day, we're going to teach you guys how to actually do hair replacement services and close your sales so you can get those people in your chair. And then of course incorporate it to insurance coverage, the VAs, financing, medical financing. And the reason, and as you can see, all that flows together. There's no way I can get you guys set up to accept these different types of funding and you don't have any clue of your money that's coming in, because all these organizations ask about what type of what is your bank account information. If you're just accepting cash, that's you're to scratch yourself out. Okay, do you have an EIN number? You don't have that, it's kind of hard to get you credentialed with these companies. So this it all flows together. There's a method to my madness, guys, and I just want to share that with you all and help you guys leave equipped to really run your business the way that you desire to run it. And so if you are interested in that, guys, we are still running our early bird special where you could save 15% off. That's about $225 off of the class. And I'm going to drop that link here in the chat also, where you can take advantage of that. If you are a person that is looking for financing to help with this, you can, they do have Shop Pay, and they will break those payments up for you. So you can click that there. The discount automatically is added to the court. So just click that link in the chat. And also, we will be having a social, because I know a big thing that we need is community when it comes to beauty professionals. This information here, like, we need it. But when I talk to all my beauty professional friends, I'm referring Jasmine because, hey, here's my tax person. If they have a tax person, I can ask them. We should have a network of beauty professionals that we could work with that can share the information and resources we need to build our businesses and make them profitable in any area. And that, so our social event is going to be that opportunity that we are including for you guys to set that up as well. I read about the invoice to pay for the event. Oh, okay. I do need to send that to you, Miss Samantha. Miss Samantha, could you text me your new number? I'll email you. I was supposed to send that. I'm sorry, Miss Samantha. All right. Oh yeah, we have a lot of people who, they talk about people. Yeah, we don't want to gatekeep. We're not trying to gatekeep, guys. Miss Karen, I will get that to you on how to reach Jazz. And I'm trying to make sure. Then we did have one more question from Tori, said, how much would it cost for us to have you as our tax accountant? But that'll be something that they should ask you on the Calendly, right, Miss Jazz? Or do you have like a roundabout that you give them?
So because everyone has a different situation, I will discuss that one-on-one during our virtual discovery call.
All right. All right. Somebody told me my link is not working. I was typing that from memorization. Let me make sure I'm putting it in right. Let's see. Hold on. Yes. Maybe look at my phone. I need to stop trying to memorize everything. And if you guys are on the live, just type ready in the chat and we will get all the information to you. Just type ready in the chat so I don't leave you out.
And Once I get their emails, Amber, I'll also send them over email letter with detailing some things that are just for cosmetologists and beauty professionals altogether.
Okay. Oh, that'd be good. Okay. Yeah, and I actually have so everybody, matter of fact, everybody who joined on here, you guys will get the replay automatically. And I'll attach that information with that one, Jazz. We could do that.
Perfect.
So if you're in the room, y'all benefiting, always trying to give something for joining. Okay. All right, try to make sure. Okay, this should be HTTPS. All right, let's see if that one works. Oh, it is not working. Okay, hold on. Let me do it like this, y'all. I'm sorry. This is being a little ghetto. There we go. I'm just gonna put the exact link and that'd be it.
I guess while you're doing that, Amber, I just want to say thank you for bringing me on as an educator. As you know, I'm passionate to let my community know about taxes, what to do with these letters. Just knowing that there is help out there, guys. And just so that way I can be a voice to let you guys know that you guys can come to me, shoot me questions. Um, I'll share my social media page with you guys as well if you want to just hop in on there and add me as a friend and just want to, Jasmine, this is what happened. And then I can probably give you quick tidbits because most of the times I just want to help my people understand taxes all over like together. So anything you can do to work together, a community, I am here for that. So thank you so much, Amber. I really appreciate it.
Yes, girl. I brag about you. Anybody that asks me, oh, y'all go to Jazz. Because I know like I said, I know where I'm strengthened at and where I'm not. And this is one area I don't want to be. It's too much. It's a whole nother field. Have a team, y'all. Have a team to make your business run. So we thank you for accepting the invitation and being willing to share your knowledge the way that you do.
Thank you.
All right. So, but if all eyes are clear, we're going to let Jasmine get back to her busy day. But we want to thank you just for giving us time for us. And there will be people, you're getting all kind of hearts everywhere else on the Facebook. They're really glad to work with you. Yes. So, but thank you, Jazz, and thank you guys for joining because we know we finding out robbery that you guys came out. I feel like I'm heading into church service. Finding out robbery that you guys shared your time with us today on this Monday because there's so many other things you could have been doing, but you decided to be here with us today. Okay. All right. And as I said, if there's anything that y'all want to hear about, message me like, hey, Amber, you got some information about this or that. We don't know all the time. So just let me know. Okay. And if you want the replay, you will get that replay for those who are on the Zoom. Okay. And thank you, everyone.
Have a great Monday, everybody.